if we are alright, if the information online is correct, we're gonna be doing a lot of lane split today. It is still a little bit wet, but a little bit misty and rainy. So the camera will have droplets, I'm sure. I do prefer to be 15 minutes later home and a little bit wet instead of 1.5 hours later home and dry. Then again, completely soaked, that won't do either. So we just have to see how bad it will get. Preferably it should be dry, so I prefer to see no drops at all. Then we clean you up. The main reason why I'm vlogging is because I've installed these things, which you probably can't see in the dark. These are the muffins or whatever people call them. The big gloves that go over your steer. I bought them in the period that I owned the Kawasaki. Didn't use the Kawasaki that much. It had problems in the winter, so I installed them once but never really used them. They didn't fit the Honda, but they do fit the XT. Might look a little bit weird, but they fit. And I must say, this morning I really liked the fact that my hands were warm and nice. I'm still using the midsummer gloves, so probably will not be using the winter gloves at all this way. And they're, well, easy to use, especially when you get used to it. Not that troublesome to get in or out or whatever. Clutch and brake are fully clear, the levers. The only button that I have a little bit of trouble with is the starting button, but you only touch that one once, so. As you can see, I can maneuver in and out of them quite easily now. I've only used them this morning and now. Did get a little bit getting used to, but well, when normally riding, you don't even notice they're there. Otherwise, other than the fact that your hands are quite, well, warm and dry. So yeah, so far they are absolutely worth it installing them. I mean, I have not that much experience with heated grips, because I always call them pussy grips. But I would assume this works better, because this doesn't warm your hands only from one side, nor does it cook your hands. Your hands still don't get wet, which is great. Yeah, it looks, of course, but other than that. And yeah, when it is, for whatever chance you remove them, it's not as easy to put them on like a heated grip, because a heated grip is available 24/7 all year round. And I'm not gonna put these on in summertime. So yeah, I'm quite happy I actually invested the time to install these. I wasn't sure whether or not they fitted. They didn't, I had to do a little bit of alteration, but they fit now. And I must say, that means I will probably do a little bit more riding this winter than I anticipated. Because I was really not looking forward to using my winter gloves. And the summer gloves, or the all-round season gloves, were becoming to the point that they were too thin. At some point it's just too cold for them. So then you have to go to the winter gloves, and then I just always notice then I'm starting to ride less cold fingers, in combination with fake gloves that you don't really feel anything with. means that you often just ride less. And now I can go use the all-season gloves, or maybe even my summer gloves. I haven't tried them yet. So I have perfect feeling, but they are still warm and dry. It's also really helpful. I got a balaclava or a face mask or a helmet mask, or whatever you want to call them, for €5. That keeps my chin and my neck warm until so far. So I'm set. I was really thinking about taking the other helmet out, the Icon variant, for the winter time, because this helmet has quite some intake of air, so cold, and you have the visor problem. I still have the visor problem, but that is doable. There's 2 or 3 streets and then I'm on the highway, and then the visor problem is no longer a problem. So there's a big chance I will keep riding all summer long with this one, or all winter long with this one, and all summer long, of course. Downside of commuting in the winter is you will be filming mostly in dark, and still, well, the big downside of the old Drift is its night vision is really shitty. So yeah, my apologies for the shitty footage you will be watching today, and probably once or twice more. Nothing wrong with lane splitting. And now we have to pay attention, because merging and changing lanes happen a lot here. It can happen always, a car changing a lane. But you know, at a collision like this, where 2 parts meet together, it happens a lot more. It doesn't hurt to be a little bit extra careful there. So we have another merging point. That's why everybody's braking and slowing down. That's where the traffic jam happens. Because people are merging and not a lot of people want to give each other room. And this is also a more definitely one. So the other one you could take either side and still end up at this point. This one is an either you go left, either you go right situation. So ooh, he's standing in a bad position. Dang! I have jumped on the highway knowingly there was a traffic jam. On purpose, because of the traffic jam. Some days you just want to filter. It's also a great way to see how how the mittens feel, or how you don't feel them. Some nice shiny blue lights. It is, however, quite exhausting. Long distance filtering for sure. And you do need to know that vlogging and filtering sometimes is really difficult, because you need to be really focused and keep a very large number of cars up ahead in check. Like that one wasn't going to fit. Now it does. Me running next to the truck isn't the safest location either. And yes, I'm using lane split and filter left and right. with no real logic. They're great synonyms, but sometimes one fits better than the other one. I also deliberately ride a little bit right of the middle now, because if a car decides to change lane, I have more room to avoid anything. The moment we get to the other road, I'm gonna drive on the other side of the half of the road, because same reason. So from about here I go back to the center of the road, or a little bit left of the center, what you are used to, what you are being taught. In theory, most likely I should drive here now. However, I'm gonna be the one who's merging most likely, so changing lanes too much doesn't help either. That was a cheap shot. So yeah, that was probably all the traffic jams for me. Even though it goes on and on and on and on. I almost want to go straight and take the next exit, but we won't. I will say thank you for watching this dark style video, and we'll see you in the next one. That was a very interesting and very late move.